I started a business at 16 and you can too. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Yana. I'm a high school senior and the founder of my own online business. And today I'm breaking down exactly what I did to keep it running for 2 years. The first video in this series is actually how to create your business. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments and let's get started. Step 1 is figuring out what you want your business to be. Do you want something online or in person? Do you want to sell a service or a product? Is this something you're going to work on long term or is it a side hustle? For me, I chose something that fit into my life as a student way easier, also one that didn't require a lot of money to start. Once I got clear on what I actually wanted to do, I could get started. Before you start selling anything, there are a few legal basics to know. And this part does sound scary. It is. I mean, I still am terrified of the IRS. I don't even know who they are. You don't need a lawyer or a ton of money. You just need to make sure you're protected from the start. If you're under 18 like I was, your parents can do it for you. The first thing you want to figure out is if you want an LLC or a sole proprietorship. I chose to make Pinkprintedd an LLC so that it separates my money from my business's money. You pretty much just file it on your state's website and you'll get a bunch of extra information from them. I live in Georgia, so it was about $100 for me to register it. You don't have to make an LLC on day one, but once you start making money, it's a smart move. Forming an LLC will also get you something called an EIN number, and that will be used to make you a bank account. So that the tax stuff is easier, make sure your bank account is separate from all your other ones. Instead of people just Venmoing you randomly, I highly recommend you get an app for your invoices. The next non-negotiable is going to be contracts. Before you get a client, make sure you have at least a drafted contract ready. I had ChatGPT ask me a few questions and made my contract from that. I will also link my contract template down below. Make sure you're always including what you're providing, how much it costs, and what happens if somebody wants to leave the agreement. Next is something just as important as your contract, your prices. When it comes to pricing your services, do not undercharge just because you're young or you're new. What I did was research some companies in my area who sell the same services that I do and took about 15 to 20% of their cost off. And those were my prices. Creating your branding and your logo is honestly the most fun part because you get to work with tons of colors and find out tons of different ways you would like to make your logo. The most important thing is that you stay consistent. The same color scheme, the same logo design, the same font that you're using is all super important so that when people see you across multiple different platforms, they know it's you. Once you have everything together and consistent, slap your logo on everything. Everything. This part was always the most fun for me. It's actually really simple. Post a bunch everywhere while still keeping a consistent theme. My favorite way to market was to create a website. I used Squarespace to do that. It's super easy to keep things consistent on there. It's super customizable and I only paid $100 a year for it, and I got a free domain that I use to make my email accounts and use it for every app that I needed a new account on, like the rest of my social medias. Post on every social media platform. Obviously, our generation is going to be better at Instagram and TikTok, but Facebook is super important. Getting on Facebook groups and just posting every single day the same thing is bound to at least get you a few questions in your inbox. It's always good to make friends in the business world. What I did was I messaged really successful people on LinkedIn who are in my area, asked them to either get coffee or set up a call to help me figure out what my version of success was. And if you're looking to make a few more friends as the last resort, you can always search up business expos in your area and other ways to get your name out there. I'd also recommend one of your first clients to be a family member or a friend. Having family members and clients be friends has so many perks. Because if you're doing everything yourself, learning how to close sales, mistakes being easily forgivable, and you can create a portfolio with what you make for them. Once you start being consistent with that, you'll move on to phase 3, which is the worst. This is when you have to start being realistic with yourself. Keep updating your websites and your social media. Keep posting. Being consistent is what 90% of businesses fail on. You need to have trust in your abilities and a true passion for what you're doing because it's going to take a lot of time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to drop your questions down below and I'll see you for part 2.